They're called killer whales for a reason. It's right there in the name.
Mm-hmm. It definitely sets a certain expectation.
And yet for years, there was this one man. He genuinely believed his connection with a 12,000-pound orca was just so deep.
So profound.
Yeah, profound, unbreakable even. He thought he could actually get past that wild nature.
Transcend it almost.
Exactly. So today, that's what we're doing. A deep dive into those really blurry lines, between human connection and just untamed wildness.
It's a fascinating and, well, a troubling area.
That man, his name was Daniel Hartman.
Yeah.
And for more than 10 years, he wasn't just some trainer. He was really side by side with these huge, magnificent animals.
Performing these incredible routines.
Incredible, yeah. Daring routines for crowds, thousands of people cheering. And his pride and joy, the orca he called his partner, was this massive male kavik.
A 12,000-pound animal. Just imagine.
It's hard to even picture. And people who knew them, friends, colleagues, they'd often say the bond they had was, unlike anything they'd ever seen.
A unique connection.
Truly unique. Built on what they saw as mutual respect, the synchronized stuff they did, and the crowd just roared, apparently, full of anticipation.
Watching this giant whale leaping.
Effortlessly. Leaping through hoops, sending these huge splashes up into the front rows. Everything, from the outside looking in.
Seemed fine.
Seemed perfectly normal. Just another amazing show.
Right. But then things changed.
And then, the atmosphere just shifted. The source, Kavik's betrayal, it goes into how Daniel had developed this really unique way of communicating, almost an unspoken language with Kavik.
Not just basic commands.
No, he relied heavily on subtle cues, on trust. Rather than the, let's say, traditional training commands. He felt this built a real partnership.
Which sounds quite progressive in a way. But what's really revealing in the book is that while Daniel's methods were seen as, revolutionary, Kavik, the orca, he also had this known history. The park internally called it unpredictable exuberance.
Exuberance. That sounds gentle.
It does, maybe deliberately so.
Yeah.
The book mentions specific times, incidents, often just dismissed as Kavik being playful.
Okay.
Where he'd briefly ignore a cue or maybe show these sudden, powerful movements that were actually, pretty difficult to manage, even for Daniel.
So maybe not just playfulness, then.
Well, the book suggests these might have been perhaps subtle hints, little signs of that deep-seated wildness still there.
Hints that got overlooked?
Often overlooked, yeah. Especially, in the glow of a successful public performance.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see the connection, the control.
Right. You focus on the success. So on this specific day, during what was supposed to be their big finale.
Their signature move.
Exactly. This graceful, synchronized dive where Daniel would ride on Kavik's back. That's when something went wrong. Kavik's betrayal describes how Kavik, instead of just gliding...
Not just through that part.
Oh, absolutely. Far beyond the marine park community, it forced this huge global reevaluation. People started asking serious questions about our whole relationship with apex predators kept in captivity.
Rightly so.
So the really profound, unsettling lesson here from Daniel Hartman's story, it's how deeply he believed. He believed love and trust could genuinely tame a killer whale.
That the bond was enough.
That it was enough. But in the end, nature, it's overwhelming power. It reminded us all of a very hard, unyielding truth.
It didn't bend.
No. It really, really makes you question the whole concept of taming the wild, doesn't it? Can you even do that?
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, despite years of working together, interacting, what seemed like this incredible connection.
Yeah.
The fundamental nature of a wild creature, it just remains, it's still there.
Under the surface.
Always. The source material makes this point very clearly. It actually concludes with the line, you can never cage the wild without risking everything.
Wow. Without risking everything.
It's powerful. It is. And Daniel's story, tragically, it forces us, I think, forces you, listening, to confront our own assumptions. Assumptions about mastery, about where control really lies, or if it even does.
Especially with something so powerful.
Exactly. So maybe this raises a really important question for you to think about.
Yeah.
Beyond just this specific awful tragedy, what does Daniel's story tell us about our own assumptions, our ideas about control, particularly when we're dealing with forces?
Deep dive. Maybe consider how Daniel's story truly challenges those common ideas we have about human mastery over nature.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, it even challenges ideas about elements of our own internal wildness. The parts of ourselves we often try so hard to keep in check.
Things we try to control within ourselves.
Exactly. Something to think about.